Hi there and welcome back. It's Lisa from Critters'n Ink Designs in Ontario, Canada. And today, Happy Canada Day. It's July 1st and it is Canada's birthday today. And it was also my mother-in-law's birthday today. And we used to, when she was alive, we used to have these fabulous family barbecues on the Ottawa River at the family cottage. And there would be a ton of people there. We used to really celebrate Canada Day along with Janet's birthday. So happy birthday, Janet, and happy birthday, Canada. So can you believe it's July? I cannot believe it's July. I feel like, I just don't know what I feel like. It's July. It seems like June just flew by, even though the weather wasn't the greatest. I just feel like the summer is like nearly half over and it's crazy July 1st already. So today, look at the hair. I've already been out. Well, what a day. First of all, we did an 11-kilometer bike ride, which, 11 kilometers doesn't seem that far to some people. I'm an old lady. It was far. And but a beautiful day. A little chilly in the shade, but when you got out in the sun, it warmed you right back up. And so we did that already today. And then we had in our neighborhood, you can't have clotheslines. So what we had, since we bought the house and we've never used it, so we took down the thing. But those umbrella clothesline things that they work like an umbrella. And so we had the frame in our yard just on the other side of our deck. And it's an eyesore. And I've been bugging Glenn for years, literally, to get rid of it. So today I caught him just in the right mood and we took it down and set the thing ablaze, burnt a bunch of shrubbery that we've had to have some trees cut down because there's some kind of a beetle that's destroying some of our trees. So we got rid of those trees, burnt those today. Look at I'm all sunburnt. And what else did we do today? We had some big metal, like 5-foot metal birds in our front yard. And they've been driving me crazy too because they've been rusty. So I got a wild hair today and dug out a metal brush, gave them a good cleaning, and spray painted those. And then I also spray painted an umbrella of a little garden molded little girl and boy standing in the garden with an umbrella. So I got that done. Really, really productive day. So yeah, it's been a really, really good day. And then now it's July. I've got to do, usually I have my monthly birthdays done at least a month ahead, sometimes 2 months ahead. Well, lo and behold, here it is July 1st, and I have not got my July birthday cards done. And it's my stepdaughter's birthday on Saturday, and it's Monday right now. And I don't have her card made, so I had to go ahead and make her card. So it is made, but I liked it so much that I'm actually going to use this as my July swap card. So I do need to make a whole pile of them. So I thought while I was doing that, I might just show you how I made it because it's a real cute technique. It's not a new technique. It's been around forever and ever. But I thought I would just give you a quick idea of how I made it, hopefully inspire you. So by the way, thank you to everyone who took advantage of the June specials for the 10% specials on the bundles, as well as for the cut and emboss machine. Honestly, too much sun in my brain today. I can't even talk. Yeah, so the 10% sale on the bundles and the cut and emboss machines. So thank you to everyone who took advantage of that. And then so for the month of July, we have bonus days, one of our favorite promotions. And for every $60 that you spend in July, you'll earn a $6 coupon that you can redeem in August. And there's no limit to how many coupons you can earn, and like on any given sale, you can do them all in one day, you can do them over the whole month, whatever. So yeah, so now's a great time to take advantage of this promotion. And on Wednesday, the 3rd, the new online exclusives will be released. So head on over to crittersandink.com and then click on shop. And you'll see all of the new releases that are coming out in July for the online store, as well as there will be 2 new kits. Every month, Stampin' Up! Offers 2 new kits. And we don't get to see them ahead of time, unfortunately. This is one of the few things that we don't get to see ahead. So I'm really excited because I do love my kits. And yeah, so that's Wednesday, July the 3rd. So keep an eye out for those things. And then if anything else is coming up, I will pop a note to my email subscribers if you'd like to subscribe to my email. If you go onto my blog, there is a pop-up form that you can fill out that will send me your email, and I can get you onto my email list for my emails and for my blog. So that would be great. So so why don't we get started? I'll show you, let me pop down to my desk here. So what we're using today is we're going to be focusing on the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. So I got the floral and the butterfly from here. And then on the outside of the card, Wishing You the Brightest Birthdays from Cheerful Daisies. And then on the inside of the card, I have Hoping You Have the Best Day Ever. Isn't that pretty? So, and that's from the Country Bird House. So to get started with this, we're going to need a card base of, I'm using Lemon Lolly. Of course, you can use any color combination that you like. And I have 2 pieces of basic white that are 3 3/4 by 5. And I have 2 pieces of basic black that are 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that is going to be our little mini frame around the white, just in the basic black on the yellow frame. And to do that, I'm going to grab my Misty. Now, any platform that you have, or you can use a block as well, just a Stampin' block. I really like to use a Stampin' platform. Now, if you have the Stamparatus, it's a great tool. Unfortunately, since we can no longer get those, I decided I would try out the Misty. I do have, of course, my Stamparatus, but I'm always looking for a new toy. So I thought I would pick up a Misty, and I really like it. So I have a piece, my basic white, that's 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm just going to tape it down in here so that it doesn't shift while I'm popping my flower on there. And I'm going to use the flower and the butterfly from Spotlight on Nature. So let's place those. So I'm going to pop my flower here and my little butterfly here. Super cute. Now you can see I have washi tape on my stamps, and the reason I put that on there is because sometimes this sticky business here can be really sticky, and if you leave them sitting on a block, say overnight, which I have done, especially if I'm in the middle of something, it's a real stinker to get off. So I saw someone do this a few years ago, put a little bit of washi tape on just on one corner, and then you can get your hand under the stamp to get it off of the block. So it's a great idea. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to pick up my stamps. And I've got my embossing basics kit, something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in the catalog. And I'm going to take my embossing buddy. It comes with tweezers and a little brush and the tray. And the tray is great. Like you can see, I have embossing powder in there because I didn't want to get it all over my table. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm going to just put some of the, I'm not sure what's in there. It's like a talc or something, some kind of powder. And so what that does is it eliminates static electricity, but it would also eliminate, like if you have fingerprints, you know, if your hands are a little bit oily, which I have oily skin and I'm always touching my face, which is, as an esthetician, you'd think I'd know better. But if you have fingerprints or anything like that, it'll eliminate the embossing powder from sticking to your fingerprints. All right, so now I've got my Versamark ink, and I'm going to ink up my flower and my butterfly. And I'm just going to lightly press. Now, you don't want to mush really hard on your stamps, because if you do, it could distort your design, especially if you're doing something really fine. So just a little quick press, and I'm going to do it a second time. There we go. So here we have our cardstock. So let's put this aside. And I have my basic white embossing powder. And so let me go ahead and I'm going to just sprinkle that on there. And I'm going to get my butterfly. It doesn't matter how heavy-handed you are putting your powder on because you're shaking most of it off anyway. So here we have our embossing powder, white on white. So let's put this aside, and I'm going to grab my heat tool, and I'm going to just mute my sound here for a second. Okay, so you can see how now it's all nice and shiny. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, here we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we have this, and I've got my Balmy Blue stamp pad, and I also have my Lemon Lolly. So I'm going to first take my Lemon Lolly, and I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm just going to go kind of around the outside. Now, you know what happens when you put two colors together, yellow and blue, you're going to end up with green. So the front of Liz's card is a little bit, there's little tints of green here where the yellow and the blue overlapped. So I'm going to try not to do that on this one, but you know what, honestly, I don't mind it. So let's go ahead and go around the outside. This technique is so pretty. Okay, so that's the yellow, and I'm just going to grab a microfiber cloth and wipe up any of the yellow because I don't want to get it all over everything. And then I'm going to take another brush, and this, I don't keep brushes for every color. I just have like a brush for the yellows and a brush for the reds, and now I have a brush for the blues. So what you want to do is tap off sort of the blob, I don't know what else to call it, before you start blending. Otherwise it's going to show up like a blob on your design. So I'm just going to start in the middle here, very lightly. I don't want a lot of color. I just want a little bit. There, super pretty. There, and I don't want to go too much over the yellow because it is going to kind of go green. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Clean off my glass mat here. So I'm going to take a clean part of my microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to go over the embossed part and remove some of that extraneous ink, because I want my embossed part to shine. There. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely gorgeous and so simple. Now I need to put my birthday wish, and I kind of think that I put this flower a little bit further over than I did on the original card. So let's have a look and see where this is going to fit. Is that the right one? Nope. Oh, here it is. So hopefully that's going to fit here. And it isn't. Well, we can put it up here. It's going to fit up here, so we'll go ahead and put it up here like that. So let me grab my stamp platform again. So we can pop this back in here. Now it doesn't matter where you put it because the stamp is going to go wherever you put it, sort of. So I'm just going to... Now I do have a sticky mat for this. I just have to find it. I did a reorg in my office a couple of weeks ago, and you know how you put things in a safe place? Well, guess what? No idea. No idea. Now, should I stamp that in blue or should I stamp that in black? Well, the beauty of a stamp platform is if you stamp it in blue and don't like it, you can always go over it with the black, right? So why don't we do that? I'm going to pop this back up here. Hopefully that's pretty straight. And this is curling up. So I'm going to pop this here. This is really popping up. Okay. I think the heat kind of made it bend a little. I don't know how straight that is. I have a piece of this from when I this is the packaging that came with my stamps, and I kind of tore it off. But I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to leave that there, maybe stick a little piece of tape on it so it doesn't shift. And then we can see how straight, well, we can also see how the blue looks. Hopefully it'll stamp on the plastic. I don't know whether it will or not. Oh, you know what? I don't mind that. And what I just realized is I should have, let me just wipe that. I took out the mat when we used the red rubber cling stamps because it had its own built-in rubber, and this one does not. So I need to put that one back in. And I'm not sure why I didn't think of that, but this is going to work better. All right, so, well, actually I don't need this because it's got a sticky mat in here, so I don't need that. So I'm going to try that with the plastic again. And again, this was just the packaging that came on top of my photopolymer stamps earlier. So let's give that a go. We'll ink it up. And you know what? I kind of like the blue. I'm going to move my stamp over a little bit, but I really kind of like the blue. It's very soft. All right, so let's wipe that off. And I'm going to wipe here as well. And we can actually, I'm going to move this over just a little bit, like this. Okay, let's try that and see how I feel about that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, okay, perfect. So that's what we'll do. So let's wipe this off. And I'm just going to grab my plastic sheet here. Beautiful. Okay, so let's ink it up. I'm going to give it a second stamp. Oh, I love it. Okay, so that's the front of our card. So we can ditch this tape. I almost wonder if we should put a little bit more blue in there. I think maybe a tiny bit more blue. Why don't we do that? So where's my blue brush? I'm not going to add any ink to the brush. I'm just going to come in with a little bit more blue. Yeah, I think we kind of needed that, I think. So I'm just going to wipe the blue off of my embossing here. Yeah, I think I like it with a little bit more blue on there. All right, so what I need next is my basic black. And this is going to be our frame like this. So let's go ahead and glue this. Okay, so I'm using the mono liquid glue, but I like the convenience of the little bottles. So I just bought these little bottles on Amazon and I fill them up with my mono glue. It's my favorite glue, but I just find I like the finer tip. So I poured my glue into these little bottles and I prefer that. Oh, wow. Look at this. That's so pretty. Absolutely, absolutely love this. All right, so I've got my lemon lolly card base here. Okay, I'm just going to take my bone folder, which I just had. What did I do with my bone folder? Okay, and I'm just going to burnish my score line here. And then this is going to sit right on here. Now what I could do, which I didn't do on this one, we could try it, and if I don't like it, we don't have to keep it. So I have a little bit of white baker's twine here. We could just go around the bottom a couple of times. I've been going through this white baker's twine like there's no tomorrow. And then just tie a little bow here. Now, if I don't like it, we can take it off and just do a bow like I did on the other one. God, I'm really struggling with my bows lately. Good grief. There. So actually, you know what? I don't mind this. We could do this. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. There. And then this is going to go on here. So I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the bow better. Okay, so we're going to take this off. And I'm just going to do a bow. I think I like that better. All right, so let's pop this on here. I think it just looks cleaner. Okay, and that's going to get centered on our lemon lolly. Super pretty. And then I'm just going to make a double bow. Start on this end with a double bow. There we go. Okay. They're super pretty. They're really pretty. think I'll just tighten this up a little bit here. Okay, and we need some glue dots, which are over here. So I have a glue dot. I'm just going to take a glue dot and I'm going to kind of roll it into like a little sausage. And then I'm just going to put it on the back of this bow. There, and stick it right here. There, super pretty. And then I have these dots, which for the life of me, I cannot remember what they're called. Let me grab my catalog here. They are called the Opal Rounds Assortment. So it's on page 115. Page 115 of your catalog. And it's number 25. So 25, the Opal Rounds Assortment. And it's $11.75 for 120 pieces. So I absolutely love these. You can see I've gone through quite a few. This is my second package actually. And I'm just using the yellow ones here today. I really, really like them. And they come in two sizes, the larger and the smaller. Do this one a little bit different. There. So that's the front of our card. Super pretty. And then on the inside of our card, I took the butterfly and I have some embossing powder on there. So I'm just going to pop that on here, and then I want my butterfly just up in this corner. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And now I should have taken this pad out because this is a red rubber stamp, but it's only in the corner. I'm not going to worry about it. So here's my Versamark ink again, and I'm going to ink up my little butterfly. There. Alrighty. So I've got my white embossing powder again. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I didn't put my embossing buddy on there. That's okay. It's white on white. Oh, but look at, you can see here all the extra embossing powder. And that's not going to work for me. See, I should have used my embossing buddy. So I'm going to wipe this off. There, I've wiped it all off, and I'm going to flip it over because I can't use the same side. And let me grab my embossing buddy. There. Hopefully that will do the trick. And let's get that platform back in here. Is that going to work? Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's with the Versamark ink. Okay, and my white embossing powder. Just want to make sure I have the right size here. So 3 3/4 by 5 this piece was. There, so you can see how much cleaner that is. There's no extraneous powder anywhere. So let me go ahead and grab my heat tool, and we'll get this melted up. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So now I'm not going to add any color to my brushes. I'm still going to just use the brushes that I used earlier. And I'm going to let it cool off for a sec. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. And maybe there's some yellow left on this. Let's see if we can go around. Yep, a little bit. Really, really pretty. And then I'm just going to wipe the ink off of the embossing. There, super pretty. And then I want to put a sentiment on the inside, so I'm going to use Wishing You the Best Day Ever from Country Birdhouse. And again, I'm going to use my stamp platform. So let's take our butterfly out of there. And where is my, I've got some Versamark on here, so I'm just gonna give this a little wipe. So you treat, this stamp pad is actually, I think I got it from Waffle Flower, if I'm not mistaken. And you just treat it as if you would photopolymer stamp. It's made out of the very same stuff as the photopolymer stamps. So it's very cleanable. There. So I have a little bit of warpage there from the heat, but that's okay because we're going to glue it down really well afterwards. But I just want to place my sentiment. That looks pretty straight, I think. I guess we'll see in a minute. So there's lines on here. I can see that it's not super, super straight. I'm going to take it off and try again. So it looks straight. Like if I look at my monitor, it looks pretty straight. I think it's straight. Yeah, and I can see by the lines here that it's lining up. It's pretty straight. So let's pop it up. And I'm going to do this in Memento this time. So just black ink. And I'm just tapping. I don't want to saturate my stamp with black ink because I don't want to get a blob on there. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this down, give it a little quick press, and you can see how perfectly clear that is. Isn't that beautiful? Just so fine and so pretty. I don't even need to stamp it a second time. I'm good with the way it looks. So I'm going to pop this up. Okay, and I'm going to give that a quick clean. And put it away. Now I can feel that my photopolymer stamp is not very sticky anymore. So what I can do is just take it and rub the back of it onto my chamois to clear off any kind of dust or, you know, lint or whatever the heck is on there. And so now it's cleaner. One thing you do not want to, oh, I got ink in there. One thing you don't want to do is soak these stamps in water to clean them. You can clean them with water, you can wash them with soap and water, you can even take a little brush and clean them with water, but you don't let them soak in water because being photopolymer, as you can see, they've absorbed color, right? Like it's pink. And that's because I've used something with a background of red. It could be brown. I've done it in brown. I've done it in black. But your photopolymer stamps, like look at these guys, they're slightly pink as well because you can see I've used them with different colors of ink. But the photopolymer just absorbs the color of ink. Having said that, they'll always look red. They won't necessarily look blue or green or anything like that. But they are just, the point I'm trying to make is that they're absorbent. So what you don't want to do is soak them in water and have them absorb all this water because they'll get distorted. All right, so I need my black background here. This is going to go on the inside of my card. Let me just ink it up. Now let's glue it up. There we go. Good grief. There, that's better. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's going to go inside of our card. So yeah, I decided when I was making Liz's card this afternoon, I decided that this is going to be my July swap card as well. I don't usually spill the beans until after I mail them out, but c'est la vie. Doesn't matter. There. So that's our card. Isn't that just the prettiest thing? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So here are the two that I made. And these are the stamp sets that I used. Oh, where's my other one? Here. So I used Spotlight on Nature for my floral and my butterfly. And then I used Cheerful Daisies and Country Birdhouse for my sentiments. So they all work well together. And you can see I did the stamping for the sentiment in the blue here, which I absolutely love. I'm glad I decided to do that. So pretty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these cards as much as I enjoyed doing them. And if you'd like to case these and make them your own, please do. And feel free to post any of your creations on Critters and Creativity on my Facebook page, or in my Facebook group rather, Critters and Creativity. I'd really like to see them. And if I will post my host code for the month of July. If you choose to place a purchase over $60, I will send you a card kit in the mail along with a thank you note. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up and say hello in the comments. It really helps with the algorithm, whatever that is. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks so much. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.